Wow, it's the perfect podcast show on the USA Global TV and Radio Network, and that intro video is still glitching out. Don't know what to do about that, but here we are, another episode. Lots of exciting things happening with the show, with the perfect podcast show. It's I don't want to say it's a new year because maybe you're listening to this in October and you'll be confused. What do you mean new year? It's the year's almost over. It's a new year. So you know what? It's a new year currently right now, but maybe when you're listening to it, it's not a new year. But it's exciting for a few reasons. One, the perfect podcast show is back. That's one reason. Two, another reason, we have a phone number. You can call us at any time, 24/7. You can call the perfect podcast show, this show right now that I'm hosting. You can call the show at 818-392-4623. We'll hear more about that later, but you can call this number at any time, leave a message with one of our operators who will just connect you to voicemail, and then you can leave a message and we'll play it on the air in the next episode. The third thing is we're live. I'm going to look at it right now. We're live on Instagram. I have my phone. We're live on Instagram right now. This is huge. We're live on Instagram. We're live around the world. We're live on Instagram. This is the perfect podcast show, the show where I try to create the most perfect podcast. You know, everyone has a podcast these days. There's podcasts about, let's talk about a TV show and watch every episode. There's a podcast about food. There's a podcast about therapy. There's a podcast about other podcasts probably. But this podcast is all about being perfect, being the most educational, enlightening, entertaining, exhilarating, exciting, excellent, perfect. Maybe I should call it the excellent podcast show. No, I like the perfect podcast better. This is the perfect podcast show. And we've never had a perfect episode, but I'm really hoping, today we're off to a great start. We're live on Instagram. We got a phone number that you can call. And I think today might be a perfect episode. We have a special guest returning, which is exciting. But before we go any further, like every episode of the perfect podcast show, we like to begin with a joke. This joke was sent in by Melissa in Tucson, Arizona. If you have a joke you want to send in, go ahead and just send it over that number. You know what? You could probably even text. That number, 818-392-4623. But here's the joke sent in by Melissa in Tucson. I think that's what I said. Here's the joke. Hey, how much is that corn? All right, that's the setup. Hey, how much is that corn? And the punchline is $1 an ear. Thank you, Melissa. How much is that corn? $1 an ear. Great joke. That's a great one. Wow. So yeah, if you have a joke, you have something to say, if you have a review for the perfect podcast show, if you have a suggestion for the perfect podcast show, actually, if you just want to get something off your chest and you need someone to listen to you, that's what we're here for. The perfect podcast show is to make your life perfect. We don't have life tips. We don't have cooking tips. We don't have exercise tips, but we're here to give you a little bit right here to have just, a perfect 30 minutes. If you want to have perfect 30 minutes, we're here for that with the perfect podcast show, which is a podcast, even though it's a video. You could just listen with your eyes closed if you want, but also might be visual, so maybe open your eyes. But if you're someone driving, don't watch the show, just listen to the show. And then if there's something visual, you could just imagine it. Or if you're at a stoplight, you can look and see what is on screen. But it's the perfect podcast show. I just want to reiterate, it is not the perfect poo-cast show. I know that D in the logo looks like an O, but it is a D. It is not the perfect poo-cast show because I don't even know what a poo-cast is. What is a poo-cast? No one has a poo-cast, but this is a podcast, the perfect podcast show. And today we have a special guest. But before that, we got to hear a word from our sponsor, and the sponsor is all going to be all about the phone number. So let's hear a word from that sponsor now. It's time to get into the 21st century because the perfect podcast show now has a phone number. And this phone number is open and available, and operators are standing by to accept all of your calls. You can call, and they'll send you to voicemail. Don't worry, no one will answer, but go ahead and call 818-392-4623. This is a real phone number that you can call, and you can leave a message. You can say whatever you want about the perfect podcast show, the show that you're listening to and watching right now. but you can call. And if you call, then we'll play the message on the air. Of course, it won't be live on the air because we're this episode right now is already recording. I guess if you called right the second and the operator was just to quickly send us the message, then we can do it. But go ahead and call 818-392-4623. Call, leave a message, say what you want, tell us a funny story or a joke or just what you think of the perfect podcast show at 818-392-4623. And then maybe you can be on the air. You'll be famous and all the people will go, who left that message? That person is so good. They should have their own show. But don't try to take my show, the perfect podcast show, because it's already a show. But go ahead and call and you can say what you want and we'll play it for you on the air. 818-392-4623. That number, again, for you to call and leave a message. Don't worry, you don't have to talk to anyone. You just leave a message. The number is 818-392-4623. 818-392-4623. 818-392-4623. Just call already. Wow. There you go. It is a real number. Already comments are coming in. We got a message and just a shout out to Rutabagas. So shout out to that. But before we go any further of shout outs or any of these calls, it's a big day. So this guest that we're about to have on, they tried to come on the Perfect Podcast Show a little bit ago, but there were some technical errors. And then just at the end of the show, the technical problem started to be fixed. Everything was working fine. And we were ready to get started. And then we had to hard out. We had to leave. The show was over. We ran out of time. So we had to cut this guest off. But luckily, they were gracious to come back to the show today. So please give a bunch of clap emojis, a round of applause for a returning guest once again, Loud Shirt Larry. Welcome to the Perfect Podcast Show.
Hello. Oh, yeah. Boy. Hello.
Loud Shirt Larry. Hello,
yep.
Larry. Wow.
Hello.
How are you
for those
doing?
Of you for those of you who don't recognize me, there I am.
Oh, yes. We learned last time that Larry didn't know how to do his laundry and accidentally shrunk all of his infamous famous Loud shirts. So sorry you still haven't gotten your new shirts, Larry. That's too bad,
I've been on the road.
Okay,
that's great. The road, and I'm trying to make this. I don't know if I revealed this last time, but I did find a new shirt. Did I reveal it last time?
No, I think we ran out of time. We didn't get to see your new shirt. This is exciting. So you got a new shirt, Loud Shirt Larry.
So
famous.
I'm actually on the road right now. I'm in Geronimo, Arizona.
Wow.
And,
I mean, I was going to say
I'm sitting on some petrified wood. Petrified wood. Get it? Is that a little on the nose?
Well, it's
that I'm sitting on petrified wood.
Are you scared? Is that what you're saying?
All right. It's not gonna. Sometimes it's over people's heads.
Just to fill in our viewers, Larry has been on many of the late night talk shows through the years. The Tonight Show, Jay Leno. He's performed many even shows you haven't heard of. Performed on many of these shows, known for his loud shirt. It was the jokes were funny, but the funniest thing was how loud Larry's shirt was. So
it didn't work without the shirt. Turns out none of my material worked without the shirt.
Because it really is heavily.
Even when I did this, they didn't get it.
Oh yeah, it's like you got to be fully wearing the shirt, and probably if it doesn't fit you well. So you have a new shirt. Yeah. I think we got a glimpse of that.
I do. Here, are you ready? Because it's hilarious.
All right.
And I'm actually on the road. I'm on the road workshopping this shirt, and I'm writing jokes around this shirt because it's a hilarious shirt. Are you ready?
Wow. Okay, let's see it.
I need you to brace yourselves. I need everybody sitting down.
Here's the debut of Loud Shirt Larry's shirt, newest shirt on the Perfect Podcast Show on tour in Geronimo. That's not a green screen. That is real. And we're going to see the newest shirt. Wow.
This is real. Look behind me. It might say Geronimo if I angle this right. Anyways.
Wow, I think it does.
All right.
Wow.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
All right. Let's see the debut of the newest shirt.
All right. It's hilarious. Brace yourselves.
Okay. Can't wait.
All right. You get it?
Oh, the man and the legend pointing to your junk. Yeah. That's pretty.
It writes itself.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's already kind of a joke because it's like the man and then the legend and the punchline. The punchline is that it's pointing to your junk. That's
yeah. So you got it. You got it. See, it's above some people's heads. And I'm finding that on the road here, I'm finding that a lot of people don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really that funny.
It's pretty cerebral. It's cerebral, and that's why a lot of people aren't getting it, I think.
I mean, it's, different times, and it feels like a very low-hanging fruit pun, not intended at all, but it got a new shirt.
That's good. That's good. Can I use that?
The
low-hanging fruit bit?
Yeah, I was kind of a little bit criticizing your joke, but if you think that will help you, it seems like it's
it's hilarious.
Okay. Did you mean to say hilarious and emphasis on Larry? Is that part of your new bit as well?
You got it. You got it. See, you get me. That's why I like coming on your poo-cast, because you get me.
No, podcast.
That's
it is
why
podcast.
I like it.
It's a podcast. But anyway, so Larry, you got a new shirt.
It's spelled
great.
poo. It's spelled poo.
It is a D. That is a D. But okay. So you're on the road again. That's great. So you're doing some shows on the road?
Yep. I'm doing shows on the road. I haven't been formally booked, but I am going to clubs, and I'm getting some time. As soon as you say you've been on Arsenio Hall, they let you do whatever you want.
Wow, that's pretty good. So is that one of the clubs behind you where you are performing?
So it's not a formal club, but there's people coming and look at all these cars. I don't know. Can you see the cars?
Wow, I see. Yeah, there's
a whole parking lot full of cars.
Okay, well, I see like 5 cars.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cars, minus one, which is mine that I'm living out of currently. So that's 10. That would be 10 cars. So, and one of them's abandoned. If you see the tires, so that's let's say nine people's cars. So that's a good attendance,
And they're all there for your show.
Sometimes they come out of. Well, they come to the rock store, and then they come out, and I say, hey, have I got a joke for you?
Okay, so you're hanging outside of like a tourist store, like a pullover, buy these rocks, and you just attack people with your jokes.
Attack is a little much. I mean, we're getting a little politically correct and sensitive with attack.
Okay, well. Confront them with your jokes then. Like they aren't expecting to see a show.
No, and that's the beauty of it. They're not expecting it. It's improv. It's improvised. Okay. It's completely a surprise. Yeah.
So wait a second.
A lot of them don't recognize me, and I think it's because I lost my mustache.
Yeah, it might be the mustache.
You can bald on your upper lip too.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that you're balding on your lip.
I do this. Yeah, you can do that. I do this when they come out, and still some people don't recognize me. And then I go like this, like, hey, it's a mustache. Oh. And even then, still some people don't recognize me. But sometimes it's better because then the expectation's not so high.
Yeah. So you said some people don't recognize you, so you are being recognized then.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. A couple of times, there was one guy who was like, "Hey, Dave," and I was like, close. He might have thought I was someone else, but he for a second there, he definitely was like, hey, you know. So maybe he thought, maybe he, you know how sometimes you see someone on TV and you think, oh, I know that guy. But you don't personally know them. I think it was one of those situations.
Okay, so they thought you were someone else. So no one has recognized you for your comedy, but for other things, maybe they recognize you for other things.
Maybe, but maybe they have, and they're just playing it cool.
Okay,
you know?
maybe you don't want to be
that.
too nervous around a celebrity, one might say. Well, great, you're on the road.
You don't want to be a nerd or a dork.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah. So you're just surprising people with your comedy.
As soon as my car starts again, I'm on the road. Yeah.
Oh, you're broken down in Geronimo. Well,
I don't like to call it broken down.
Okay.
But just I'm here.
Maybe how about this, Larry? We'll call it, you have a residency.
Yeah.
In Geronimo.
Hey, I like that.
You like so you got a residency in Geronimo with some teepees and an covered wagon behind you.
And some wood.
You got
this
some
is
wood.
The largest petrified wood. Did you know that? That's the largest petrified wood.
In the world or in that city?
I think in the world. I think it said in the world. I think the sign said in the world. But maybe in the country? Okay. I don't know.
So, I just got to ask, Larry, it's been a little bit since we talked. So things aren't good. You're still divorced and you haven't figured out, how to get things together. I'm just going to say it. It just seems like you're still having a rough time.
I am making the best of it. Divorce is expensive. And, I like the freedom of the road. So it's a blessing that I lost my apartment.
Yeah. You lost your
Like I said, I love the freedom.
Because you were doing well. You were living in the Hollywood Hills. You had houses around the world. You were really living off those residuals of Arsenio and the Tonight Show. But so you don't even have your studio apartment anymore. You really, really are living out of a broken down car. Okay.
Like I said, I don't love the word broken, but right now I'm living on a petrified wood. Hey, get it?
So what? Can you go? Are you sleeping on the wood, or are you sleeping in your car at least?
Oh, I'm in my car. Yeah, I sleep in my car. It's nice.
Just making sure you can still get in your car and you're not just you're out there on the wood. That wouldn't be good.
It's definitely my car. I can get in it. It's definitely mine.
Wait, why are you saying it like that?
What do you mean?
You said it's definitely my car. No one was saying it wasn't your car.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Larry, did you steal this car?
Because it is my car. What?
Did you take someone's car?
I wouldn't know how to hotwire a car.
I didn't say hotwire. No one said hotwire.
No, neither did I. You did.
Okay.
No, you said it. I didn't say that.
You said hotwire first. So I don't want to be an accomplice in anything. So maybe just not going to talk about that.
Are you thinking of Hot Wheels? Are you thinking of Hot Wheels, the little cars?
Nope, you said hot wire, and I'm just repeating what you said. But that's okay. I don't want to get into it.
I was repeating what you said. I was repeating what you said.
Okay, well, you said hot wire first, but that's okay. So you're out on the road. You're working on new material.
Wow. Yep.
That's there. So besides the shirt, do you have any jokes? Right? Do you wanna work? You wanna like tell us now, or you wanna workshop now or like, let's say I'm walking out of the store. Let's just do like a little role play. How about that? I'm walking out of the store and you hit me with that classic, hilarious, loud shirt Larry comedy. We can do a little, just an experience here. So, okay. Yeah. You said it's a rock store.
It's a rock shop.
Rock shop.
Yeah.
So they sell rocks or like guitars?
And petrified wood.
Okay, and petrified wood. Wait, do you have one in your hand?
No, This is my set list. My
Okay,
old
great.
set list.
You got your old set list.
I was gonna maybe run by some of my old jokes and see if they work with this shirt.
Okay.
Oh,
So
there we go.
no new
Yeah.
material, but that's
Let's
okay.
see.
You know, sometimes the classics.
Well, no, it's new material because we're reusing it. It's recycled. It's, you know, we're gonna see.
Okay.
All right.
So let's a little role play. So oh wow, I can't believe I'm in Geronimo and I got this petrified wood. So cool. I'm walking back to my car now. Wow, fantastic.
Hey.
Oh God.
Hey,
oh.
sir.
Hi.
Have I got a joke? Have I got a joke for you?
Okay.
Yeah, that's usually how they react. All right, let's see here. Hey, is it loud in here or is it just me? Oh, it's my shirt.
Oh.
Right? Or not? Did that not land?
We're outside, so I don't know if it's loud. Maybe it's the highway is loud, but thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's see here.
Let's do another one. Oh, hi, I'm
see.
a little kid, and I bought a rock. I'm so excited.
Perfect.
I'm going back to my car where my parents are waiting for me.
Hey,
I went in all alone.
Hey, little kid. Hey,
a stranger, bye.
Hey!
Sorry, kid probably wasn't a good idea, because, you know, you probably shouldn't talk to a little kid. Okay.
No, I'm allowed now, because I'm in a different state. That's only in certain states.
Ooh, don't want to unpack that. So let's just hear some of these other jokes you got here. Let's okay.
Hey, little boy or girl. Hey, little boy. I like my shirts like I like my women. Loud.
And then you pan
the little
down.
boy. Yeah, the little boy probably can't read though, right?
Probably can't read that.
Yeah.
So that's actually, let's change it up. Let's do a role play.
Okay.
You know, you're on the road, you're doing these gigs, and you're back on top. Let's say you're doing Fallon, okay? You're booked on Fallon.
Okay,
you're
I don't
back
know
on
who that
Fallon.
is, but okay. Yeah.
He's the new host of the Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon. He was on SNL for many years, and he's done the Tonight Show for probably even longer at this point. But so okay, you're on the Tonight Show again. You got your big break. So let's do a little bit of that. So, hey everyone, my next I'm pretending I'm Jimmy Fallon. So like, hey, my next guest, a classic comedian. He performed. Oh, you're backstage, so you can't say anything yet.
All right.
Yeah. So my next guest here is hey, I'm Jimmy Fallon. Wow. So my next guest is a classic comedian. You may have seen him on the Arsenio Hall show and the Tonight Show when I wasn't hosting it. Haha, cool, awesome. That's my Jimmy Fallon. But let's welcome Loud Shirt Larry for his big triumphant return.
Thank you, James. Thank you. Oh boy, what a great James impression that was. All right, let's see here. Hey, and then I would start it by doing the hey. Is it loud in here or is it just me? Because we would be inside.
Yeah.
And then I'd say hey, turn the volume down like this, like that. Like this is volume buttons. Do you get it?
Oh, your shirt
with this, but does it work?
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. All right. And then, hey, I like my shirts like I like my women. To get off of me when I'm done with them. And then here, let me pan to the shirt.
This was like a role play. So I don't know if this is all part of the act or just you're commenting on the role play. So I'll just let you keep going here. This is
okay. All right. Hey, my mother-in-law. Well, my ex-mother-in-law now, so I don't know if that'll even work. They don't know. Do the Jimmy Fallon people know that I'm divorced? Do you think they know that?
They probably don't. So you probably have to have that, maybe just not to like give you any
unless it's
notes,
in my credits.
Maybe they go, hey, he's recently divorced. If you want that in your credits, you can put that in there.
Yeah. I think they got to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my most recent credit, I think.
That's okay.
All right. So if
ooh,
that's the
divorce.
case,
Yeah.
then they know.
Okay, so they know. Let's
So
pretend
if that's
that
the
you
case,
said
then they
recently
know. So then I'll
divorced.
say, yeah. Okay. So then, hey, my ex mother-in-law, man, I hate her. Right. She asked if she could borrow my car. I said, hey, what's next? The shirt off my back? Hey.
Hey, yeah, he's recently
Trying to pan,
divorced.
and I pan to the
And
shirt,
panning
pan to
again,
the shirt.
the
Yeah.
legend.
I don't
Yeah,
know. Did that work? Hey,
yeah, that's, I mean,
mother-in-laws, right?
is a little sad.
Mother-in-laws.
It's a little, I mean, yeah, I mean, keep going, but your jokes, they just feel like a little bit of a bummer, but you know, these are the old jokes too. So you said these are the old jokes, but it's still about the divorce. So you were like, you were
Well, that's
predicting
me
you were going to be
making them
divorced.
new again. That's me making
Oh,
them
okay.
new.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing rewrites.
Okay.
So it's not
that's
working? Are you saying it's
no,
not
no, I think,
working?
it's different. I don't know if you'd be able to be on a talk show currently with the style of humor, but like, I
What
think,
about like alt comedy, like alternative comedy, like a Zach Galifianakis, what's his name?
yeah, Zach
For
Galifianakis.
that.
I mean, a lot of the jokes he had to update his jokes as well, and he's more movie star now. But maybe you can get like a Netflix special, or maybe even like a movie or something. Someone will just find that, like, hey, this guy's pretty funny. There's something about him.
Yeah, I'd like that. Do you
Yeah,
know
I think.
anybody there at the Netflix or anybody?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's really
Or maybe I could start a poo cast like you.
it's podcast, but yeah, maybe you can do that. But like the best thing about it is like you don't stop hustling. Like you're
No,
continually going, even
never.
when like last time we saw you were like you're at the bottom of the barrel and somehow you got under the barrel, but you're still going. You're still working on the material. You're still trying out things. You're traveling, which is you're going to places. So let's
Going
say like
places. I'm going places.
you're
You
going
said it.
places. Yeah, I think, once that car is
You
working
said
again,
it.
you're going to be going places. Like, if you had a wish or something, if like you use that petrified wood, some people think petrified wood holds
All right.
mystical
Yeah.
powers. If you can just say like in 6 months, what would you like to happen?
I want my own poo cast.
Podcast,
And
but okay.
and my own Netflix. And maybe home.
Okay.
Could
So
be
your own,
nice.
when you say own Netflix, do you mean own Netflix account you can log into, or like your own Netflix special?
God, that'd be great too. Because then I could watch my own special.
Yeah. Okay. So your own. So I mean, look, I just think like you keep hustling, and like it's bound to happen, Larry. You'll be back. You'll be
I
back
think so.
on top.
Yeah.
You'll maybe you can find loud shirts again. Just at perfect podcast
I
show
think I
believes in
found
you.
it. I think I found it. So
it's not really
it's
loud, but
it's just they gotta find me, Well, it's loud in a more subtle, cerebral way, and that's I just
true.
gotta find my audience.
Loud and like, oh, I can't believe that adult is wearing that, but that's a different thing. But I'm glad we had you back on, and maybe we can check back in a little bit and see like where Larry is again, because like your hustle can't be ignored no matter what. Maybe your jokes aren't funny, maybe your shirt isn't funny to some people, but your hustle is it's going there, and
undeniable.
Yeah.
I've been told.
Yeah. Okay. Something undeniable, but yeah, it's like I think you can do it. I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Well, Larry, thanks for being here.
The wood says I can.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a coincidence you're by this petrified wood and you're not broken down, but you're in residency there, and maybe this is the moment where things start to get better for Loud Shirt Larry.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it can happen. Weirder things have happened in the world. So, Larry, thanks for being on the show again, the perfect podcast show. We appreciate having you on.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thank you for considering me one of the perfect poos.
Yeah, well, thanks so much, and just it's inspiring to know that you can never give up. And if I have any last words to say, it would probably
Yeah.
be